So on this topic, we are going to determine the nature of the roots. So whenever you determine the nature of the roots, you must firstly know the quadratic formula and the roots formula. So when you determine the nature of the roots, you must know the formula that says d is equal to b squared minus 4ac. Alright, so we're going to use this formula to find the answers for everything, right? So on number one equation, it says that 3x squared plus 4x plus 6 is equal to 0. Therefore, we are going to say that x is it, this one is a, meaning that a is equal to 3. The coefficient of x is the value of a. Then b is equal to 4 and c is equal to 6, which is a constant number, right? Then after doing that, you're going to say d is equal to b squared minus 4ac. Therefore, we are going to take the value of b, you substitute it here, meaning that it's going to be 4 squared minus 4 multiply by the value of a, which is 3, open brackets, and the value of c, which is 6. Therefore, your answer will be about negative 56. You can just show the steps here where you multiply that and then add, right? But for it doesn't have to be that lot of work. So then you are done. So this one, your answer is this thing is non-real roots, right? It's non-real roots that I will explain just now. So your answer is non-real roots. Why is that? Okay, we say that if d is greater than 0, then your roots are real, right, and unequal, right? Therefore, if your d is equal to 0, therefore your roots are real and equal, and equal. And if d is less than 0, meaning that d is all the numbers, is equal to all numbers that are negative, then means that your roots are unreal. Remember that real numbers start from 1, right? Is it from 1 or from 0? Somewhere there. And is a complex, right? But for the complex part, forget about it. For now, we say all roots which are less than 0 are non-real. And that's your final answer, right? Determine the nature of the roots, meaning that the nature of the roots, you have to determine if your roots are real or non-real, or they are real and unequal enough. Those are the answers that we are looking for. The nature is non-real because of the negative sign on that root. So number 2, we have x squared minus 4x plus 4 equal to 0. So when you explain that, it's going to be that the formula, don't forget the formula, is 2 is b squared minus 4ac. Therefore, you're going to substitute everything there, meaning that this is our a, meaning our a is 1, then this is our b, which is 4, this is our c, which is also 4, right? So we have a negative here, meaning that our b is negative. Therefore, we are going to say negative b. Or you can just say as a positive b, but meaning that you have to deal with with the sign, but for now let's just say negative to make everything easier. Negative 4, okay, minus 4 open brackets a, which is 1, then c, which is 4, right? Therefore you are going to say that this guy multiplied by that is going to give you 16 positive, then that multiplied by that is going to be 16. Therefore we have 0 here, if I'm not mistaken. So meaning that our roots, the nature of our roots is real. Remember that I said if d is equal to is greater than 0, right, meaning that our roots are what are real. If our d is equal to or is greater than greater than 0, our roots are real. The nature is real. Real and what? And equal. Equal roots. Right? Therefore, number 3, let me put that in silent. Number 3, okay. So number 3 we have what? We have about 2x squared minus x minus 1 is equal to 0. So we are going to use the same formula. We don't change the formula. Then after that, this is what, let me put that. This is A, this is B, this is C, right? The coefficient of x. So we are going to say that our B is equal to minus 1 squared minus 4. Our value of A is 2 multiplied by minus 1, which is going to be erase that. Therefore we're going to say 1 minus that and that. You're going to have 8, which is going to be positive. The last number is 9. Therefore our value of the roots is greater than 0, which is 9. Our value of the roots is 9, which is greater than 0, right? Therefore remember that I said all the values of d which are greater than 0 is real and unequal, meaning that here the nature of our rules is real and unequal, right? So let me explain something here. On 0, we said that if our answer, if d is equal to 0, therefore our value are real and equal. And if d is greater than 0, is real and unequal. Therefore if d is less than 0, therefore is unreal, right? So you have to know these properties. You have to know those properties are very much important. So we say that because of d is greater than 0, therefore is real and unequal, right? So let's go to question number 4. So far I feel like you should know everything here, but let's skip number 4 and go to number 5, because number 5 seems to be very tricky. We're going to say ax squared plus 2a, therefore minus x is equal to 1 over a, 1 minus a, Therefore, on this equation, we have to bring this equation into a standard form, because we have what? We have a squared. We have ax squared plus 2ax minus x is equal to 1 minus a. Therefore, we have to put this thing in a standard form. So to put that into a standard form, you must first find the common factor. To put that in the standard form, you must first find the common factor. So the common factor will be that will be on what? Will be on this guy here, right? Meaning that we are going to say x squared plus 2ax minus x minus 1, is it minus 1, plus a equal to 0, equal to 0, meaning that we have a here, we have a there. Therefore, we are going to say that we're going to say what? Sorry. We're going to say a squared plus x open brackets 2a minus 1, right? Remember that we have what? We have plus what? A minus 1, which is equal to 0. You can put that in brackets if you like. Therefore, this is the standard form. This is what a standard form. Let me put it properly. I know that you're going to find it very difficult to understand this one. So remember that our standard form is that a squared plus b plus c, right? Remember that we have a squared plus b plus c, right? This is our standard form. Therefore, here we have that, and these we have that, and the common we have that. You see? So meaning that our a is equal to this. Therefore, let me cancel that. Let me do that. Okay, sharp. Let me explain again. Therefore here, right, because of the coefficient of x, we have a, meaning that our a is equal to a, right? And the coefficient of x now, where we're looking for b, we have what? We have 2a minus 1. That is the value of b. Then the value of c, we have that a minus 1. That's the value of what? Of c. Meaning that for us to solve this, we have to find the value of a, right? Right. So the value of a is equal to a, and the b is equal to 2a minus 1, which then will lead to c, which is c is equal to a minus 1, right? Therefore, we go down there, we are going to say d. Now we are going to use our formula, which says d is equal to b squared minus 4ac, which is going to say that our b is equal to 2a, b is equal to 2a minus 1 squared, which is going to be minus 4 open brackets a is multiplied by c which is equal to a minus 1, right? Therefore we have to solve this. we have to solve this. When we solve that, we are going to say what? We are going to say that multiplied by that, meaning that this is just like that. Like, I don't know how you're going to put it, but it's supposed to be like this, then meaning that, alright, therefore we have that 4a 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 squared plus 4 plus 4a. This is how I think it could be. Therefore minus 4a multiplied by a is going to be 4a squared. Then 4a multiplied by negative 1 is going to be 4a, right? Because of this sign, it's going to change to positive, right? So let's go here. That multiplied by that 4a, then that is going to be 2a. Okay, then this and that is going to be negative 1 multiplied by 2a is going to be 2a, then that is going to be positive 1. Therefore, because of that, it's going to have 4a squared minus 4a plus 1, right? Which going to have minus 4a squared plus 4a. Since well we have a common factor, these are common. Therefore, it's going to minus this is going to minus that, right? So let me do it like that. So this is going to minus this because this is negative. Then that is going to be minus by that because this is negative. Then our remaining answer is 1, meaning that our final answer is 1. So hence I said at the beginning that it could be very difficult to understand this. So for you, if you don't understand this, go back, listen to the video again and understand. But I'm saying that this is the formula. Then we have to first put this thing in a standard form. In the standard form, it has to satisfy our what? Polynomial equations, or not quadratic, but our polynomial equations. So we're going to say that we have to put in the standard form where it says a squared plus b plus c, because we know c is a common factor, b is b, which is supposed to have x, and a squared must be x squared, right? We're going to say that, I'm explaining that because of we have that is a represent a squared, and an x open brackets to a minus 1 represent b, then a minus 1 is a constant number. Therefore, we are going to say the coefficient of x. The coefficient of x squared is what? Is a. Therefore, hence we have a here. Therefore, the coefficient of x alone here, x alone is 2a minus 1, which we have it there, is b. Therefore, our constant number, which is c, is supposed to be a minus 1. Therefore, you're going to put everything in the equation that we're supposed to use, the equation of roots, the nature of roots. Meaning you're going to say d is equal to b squared minus 4ac, right? Since when you've done that, where you separated the values of a and b and c, you're going to substitute the values inside the equation of nature of roots. And after you substitute, therefore, you are going to simplify the equation, solve the equation, where it's going to give you 2a minus 1 close brackets open bracket 2a minus 1 close bracket minus 4a squared plus 4a, which is going to result in 4a squared minus 4a plus 1 minus 4a squared plus 4a. Therefore, because we have common factors, we have common values, which is 4a squared, we do have another 4a there, which minus that, meaning that this is going to be deleted. Therefore, we have negative 4a and we have positive 4a, which is going to delete the other one. Therefore, we are going to be remained with only positive 1. Therefore, our answer is 1. Remember that we said that if d is greater than 0, therefore our values are equal, no, are real, sorry, are real, and unequal. This is the nature of the roots. So this is the only one that I thought is going to be very difficult. So, but let's go to the number 6 one, because I also this is the same method which is being used, right? We are going to say that ax squared plus ax minus 1 equal to, damn it, there's a big mistake that I done there. All right, so let's just say that what ax squared plus ax plus a over 4 equal to 0, right? So okay, therefore our formula says that d is equal to b squared minus 4ac, right? This is our formula. Therefore, we say that we need the coefficient of x, meaning that a is equal to a, then b is equal to a. Damn it. Then c is equal to a over 4, right? Therefore, we're going to substitute these guys inside our equation, which is going to be b is equal to a squared minus 4a, which is a, because the value of a, the value of a, which derives from the equation. So this a comes from, because of the coefficient of x squared is a, then we know that the first coefficient is supposed to be equal to a, therefore a. Therefore c, our c is also a divided by 4, a over 4. Hence I said divide by 4. The same thing, right? But we are going to say that x squared, a squared minus a minus 4a squared minus 4a, so not squared, but because we multiply a by a over 4, therefore it's going to be a squared that when they multiply, they're going to give us a squared, therefore over 4, right? Those are is it functions or whatsoever, but let me explain again, because I know already it could be very, very difficult for it to be understood. All right, so I'm saying that, let me use a black one, a squared, right? Therefore, when we multiply these guys, you see this one is a over 4. When you multiply it by 4a, right? Let's forget about the sign for a moment. When you multiply that by that, it's going to give you what? We are going to multiply this and that. It's going to be 4a squared over 4, right? Just because we have this 4 here, actually we multiply that. So we're going to use the numerators, not denominators. This is going to be up here. It's going to be 4a squared. You see? Therefore, because we have this 4 here and the 4 up there, it's going to divide, which is going to give us 1. Meaning that a squared, that means that a squared plus plus what? Plus a squared, which you are going to have 2a squared. That's our final answer. Oh, sorry man. We forgot the negative here, meaning that it's going to be negative. Damn. I use my finger to rub that. So it's going to be minus that, which is going to be a squared minus that is going to be 0. Meaning that a minus that is equal to 0. Therefore, that's our final answer. Meaning that if our d is equal to 0, therefore our nature of roots is, we say that they are real and equal. You see, now you are talking. Hey, this one took a lot of time. Okay, this one I'm going to upload it on YouTube because I cannot send it on WhatsApp like this. I'm going to upload it on YouTube, so I'm going to send you a link. Alright, so after that we are going to say that